Welcome back to Daily Edition of Big Al's Barber Channel Daily Vlogs. Sorry guys, I've been missing in action for a couple days. Last time I posted, I was still up in the river. Yesterday, I worked Tuesday, came back to care of some things here at the shop. Yesterday was my day off. We went to Disneyland. I got a video I'm going to post up later today from yesterday. It was pretty fun. We had a good time over there. But back to business here at the shop. I'll be back in the shop for the next 5 days. So I'll get back with you and we'll get back in there. Today, you know what? It's different. Today I'm going to talk about different things at the shop and we'll get into it little by little. All right, guys? I'll see you guys in a bit.
Now, a big deal here with Ben. What were your takeaways from getting to talk?
Right, very astute of you to bring that up as a big key element of this interview that we did just a couple of minutes ago, and I think that's one of the biggest things that Denver Broncos are looking for.
Nobody's perfect. Nobody.
So when a customer asks you, they want a comb over. Do you know how to make sure that you give them the right comb over? Do you know the right questions to ask him? We're going to discuss that right now. So a customer comes in and he says, I need a comb over. You as a barber, what do? What's your next step? Do you just start combing it? Do you just start combing it over and figuring out? Not me. I got one question first of all. What kind of a comb over do you want? Do you want a fade comb over? Do you want a taper comb over? Or do you want a regular comb over? There's 3 types of comb overs. Oops, not 3. 3 types of comb overs. There's a fade, which is a 0. And there's a taper, which is no sideburns, no line in the back. And then number 3, which is a regular. Regular would be sideburns and squared off in the back. You also have to take in consideration that there's different variations to the comb over. When they comb it over to the side, which is exactly what it is, it's a comb over. It's an old school haircut. You can get it with a hard line. You can get it with a lineup, no lineup. You could get it kind of slick back and to the side, or you could just traditionally to the side with a nice scoop in the front. There's different variations for your comb over. You got to find out which one your customer wants and, you know, effectively give them that haircut. You know, and sometimes the customer wants a certain type of haircut that's just, you know, it's a comb over and they want the hard line and everything, and you know it's just not going to look right, you know. And that's when you got to step in as a barber and give them your advice, give them your professional advice and of what you think will look better for him, and then you let them make the decision. Sometimes they're still going to want that hard line there, and you got to figure out a way of putting it in, because what the customer wants, the customer gets. That's the way I always look at it. Of course, for me, the best way is when a customer just comes in with a picture. And the customer, you know, when they bring you a picture, you can always see exactly what they want, you know, whether they want a 0 fade or a taper. But the discrepancy between my customers usually is that they don't know if they want a fade or a taper. So I got to explain it to them that a fade is bald on the bottom. It's exactly what it means. It's a 0. Now, with me, it's really a 0 because I razor it. I razor it with a machine, take it all the way down. But you got to distinguish whether they want sideburns or they don't want sideburns. And if they don't want sideburns, then it's a regular. They're gonna, you know, just gonna box it off, maybe taper them down a little bit, and then box them off, and it'll still look good. But you got to distinguish the two differences in the taper and a fade, and you got to make them understand so they could choose the right one. Sometimes the comb overs are the hardest when you're doing them on kids, you know, because kids, for one, you know for sure they're gonna want a hard line, they're gonna want to line up. And kids' hair is really sometimes very unmanageable, especially if you have a kid that comes in with, say, his hair grows straight forward, or doesn't go to the side, or you know. So you got to train their hair. You got to explain to them that they have to train their hair to go to the side. So you got to, you know, sometimes you got to cut in a hard line into them, and they have no hard line, nowhere to put a hard line. So, you know, and the mom's expecting it because she sees another little kid that has that same haircut, and she wants her kids to look like that. So sometimes, you know, the little kid comb overs are the hardest. That's how I feel. You really got to work at them, and you have to decipher from the parent exactly what kind of haircut they want, you know, because the parent really doesn't know. She just knows that he wants a comb over. So you have to explain it to that person and show them what a comb over is exactly. That's the most difficult part. And of course, you know, satisfying the mother or the parent, you know, because they want it to look a certain way, and they've seen pictures of somebody else who had that haircut, and that's the haircut that they want. So that's one of the reasons I post a lot of pictures of my haircuts. That way I have a portfolio, you say, of haircuts that I do. So sometimes when a customer comes in, a new customer, or an old, even a customer that I've already had, and they don't know exactly what they want, I just have them look on my Instagram, and I have a variety of different haircuts there. You can pick one from there, and we could try to do that one for you. So that's another good tip.